Hi. We're continuing to do our sort of daily yoga of the day specials. We're going to work on Friday, which is core, right? So we're going to do poses both to strengthen and stretch your core. When you think about your core, we have a tendency to think just about the abs, but it's really a lot more than that. It's the abs in the front, it's your transverse abdominis and your obliques on the side, and your back. So your core is the whole shooting match going all the way around. So yoga has poses for all of it. Assuming that you've started your warm-up, just your general warm-up, however you normally like to start, whether it's in child's pose or downward dog, we're going to go ahead and move into the strengthening portion of your core. So classic with the core would be plank pose, which we've done earlier. I think we did a little bit of that on Monday with the arms. In order to be able to do plank, you need to have a strong core. You're going to lift your kneecaps to help support the hips, and then pull the belly up a little bit. This is a great core strengthener. And if you did really not much else than that, that would be just fine. So this would work really well. Do plank for as long as you feel comfortable doing it. You can do it once and then take a little break. And then you can come back and do it again, right? Just kind of hold for a little bit. Come on down, and we're going to bring your tummy to the floor. One way to strengthen the back part of your core complex, is to do Shavasana, which we also did earlier this week in back bends. But there's some variations there for you to be kind of fun. So your thighs roll in towards each other. Your belly firms just a little bit. You're going to lift head and shoulders a little, and then your thighs. So here's some strength in your back, right? And we're strengthening the muscles around the core that runs through your back. As a variation here, you can bring your arms out to the side and turn your palms to the front. Right? The more your arms move away from the center of your body, the more challenging this gets. So if this gets to be too easy, you can certainly bring the arms forward and hold here. And then relax, turn your head to the side, give it a stretch. And let's do the other side. So we're going to turn our forehead to the floor. Lift head and shoulders, lift thighs, arms out, palms forward. Stay here, or again, bring them out. Remember to breathe. And then relax and turn your head to the other side. Hands come under your shoulders, come on back up. So if your core workout is strictly Shavasana, that's going to strengthen your back. And then if you did plank, that would strengthen the front. So kind of good here. Another classic yoga pose for strengthening your core is bow pose, Navasana. So we start by sitting on your bottom. Right? If you're new to yoga, this is a really great way to start. What we're going to do is feet on the floor, knees bent. I'm going to hang on to the back of my knees. And I'm going to do seated cat-cow here. So I'm going to roll back into cat, dropping my chin towards my tummy, my arms straighten. And then I'm going to roll up to cow. And if you did about 10 of these, you would feel that energy moving into your core and that strengthening happening there. So it could be that for today and for the foreseeable future, seated cat-cow works best for you. Or you can roll up, roll back into cat, and then walk the knees into your chest and lift up into cow. So now my back is long. I'm hanging onto the back of my knees. Bring your shins up, flex your feet, and you can press the palms forward. So this is a modification for boat. Right? You could also straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Hold for a few breaths, usually 3 to 4 breaths. Good breath. And then release. Right? So you can do a version of boat, either seated cat-cow, either modified or full boat, as part of your core strengthening routine. And again, if it's comfortable for you, do it until you feel a little fatigued. That would be a good thing. We're also going to do Yogi Bicycles. So, we lie down and bring the knees into your chest. Right? Your fingertips come behind your ears with your elbows wide. And then you're going to sit up. So I'm bringing my forehead towards my knees. I'm going to extend one leg out straight so that the foot is off the floor just by a few inches. And then I'm going to twist towards the bent knee. I extend my arm out, press it against the outside of this bent knee, and then I switch sides. And then do it again. And then do it again. In class, we usually do maybe 8 on the right and 8 on the left, and then we take a little break, and we do it again. This will begin to work the obliques. Actually, it does quite a bit. When you do your legs, you're strengthening the lower abdominals. The sit-up portion of this strengthens the upper abdominals. The going from side to side works the obliques. And your back supports the whole thing. Right? When you're done, knees come into your chest, drop your head. Often your neck will get fatigued here, so you can just let your head drop to the side. And then over to the other side. Right? Give it a break. Good. Give it a nice squeeze. Look. So do several sessions of Yogi Bicycles, taking breaks as you need. It's a great all-purpose strengthening activity for your core. Let's see, reclining Paschimottanasana. Oh, Paschimottanasana. So 2 other poses that are really great for strengthening your core. Paschimottanasana is kind of a windshield wiper pose. So once again, we start lying down, knees come in over your chest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the knees out and lift the heels so it looks like I'm sitting in a chair. Shoulders are down, arms are relaxed. If you imagine that there's a clock sitting in your lap and 12 o'clock is straight up, take both knees over to 1 o'clock, just like that. And then take them over to 11. And do this a few times and get a sense of how this feels for your back and for your core. If you want to go further, take your knees to 2 o'clock, which splits the difference between the floor and 12 o'clock. And then take them over to 10. And you can stay here. Or you can take the knees over to 3 o'clock, all the way down, and then roll over to 9 o'clock on the other side. You may find that what you would like to do is challenge yourself a little bit, and you do that by beginning to lift the heels a little bit. So the heels start to come up. Knees and feet stay together. Gradually we do this straight-legged. Right? Rolling from one side to the next. Right, let's do one more. And then bring those knees back into your chest, give a nice squeeze, relax your back. Right. Hang on and roll up. So do Paschimottanasana until you feel, again, just a nice general sense of fatigue. Be sensitive to your back and how that feels. If you feel any discomfort at all, back off. Don't go so far. Either just make a smaller windshield wiper. Definitely keep the heels down, and that should help until you're strong enough to take it further, right? Stay where you are, right? Start where you are and stay there as you move through the poses. We're going to do one more. It's a reclining Bakasana, which is a preparation for doing an arm balance. Normally we do these on our hands, which you begin to learn by doing it reclining. So, knees are going to come into your chest. Open the knees wide and have your toes touch. Bring your arms to the inside of both knees and flex your palms. You're going to squeeze your elbows. You're going to sit up and squeeze your elbows with your knees. Just like that. And you push. Normally this is a balance where we're on our hands and everything else is off the floor. And you're going to feel your core working on the upper, the back, the inside of your thighs. And then relax. Right? We'll do that one more time. That's another just good all-purpose kind of thing to do. So knees in, knees wide. Sit up, press those arms between your legs, squeeze your elbows with your knees. And then relax. Okay? Bring those knees into your chest and roll up. So those are some of the strengthening poses that you can do to strengthen your core. We're going to do some poses to help stretch. I'm going to use a strap, and we're going to do Paschimottanasana, which is a forward bend. It's nice to do with a strap because it really helps with your alignment and keeps you honest, right? So I'm going to take the strap, I'm going to hook it around the back of my feet, and I'm going to choke up on the strap so that my arms are straight, right? So not like this. I'm going to choke up on it so they're nice and straight, and I'm going to sit up as tall as I can. Okay? Feet are flexed. Kneecaps are lifted a little bit, and then just gently try and bring your belly forward towards your thighs. Keep the chest wide. So what often happens here in an effort to bend forward is that we'll collapse, and we'll collapse our chest, and notice that my back is pushing out and back behind me, and I'm not actually stretching my hamstrings or my back at all because I'm all rounded. So we're going to try and bring that chest forward. You may not go very far, and that's okay. The purpose of a stretch is to go to the playing edge of your body, to identify where that is and respect that. So here, this is a forward bend called Paschimottanasana. It means westward stretching, forward bend. If you have a Paschima shawl, it's from West India. Right? West. Another pose, great for stretching the core, would be a Rivale Upavista. Upavista is a wide angle pose. So the legs are far apart, feet are flexed, sit nice and tall. And again, same thing. We're going to try and bring the pelvis straight up and down. What we're going to do is we're going to try and stretch the side body, right, where your obliques and your transverse abdominis go. And I'm going to start by putting my arm down on my leg. And I'm going to slide it down towards the ankle, keeping the forearm in contact with my leg. I'm going to roll my ribs back and move the shoulder back up behind me. I'm going to turn and look up. And then when I lift my arm, you're going to feel that big stretch along that entire side. So if you did a lot of Yogi Bicycles, this will help to stretch and bring it back into balance. And then come on up. And let's do the other side. So back of the arm on top of the leg. Slide it down towards the ankle. Open the ribs first. I know you want to do the arm, but go ahead. Open the ribs first. Then lift that arm and bring it up. And then come on back up. Another great stretch for your core would be bridge pose. Setubandha Sarvanasana. So, same thing, you start lying down, heels underneath your knees, arms down alongside. I'm going to press my belly towards the floor and then lift the hips up. So here's the beginning of a stretch for the front body, right? Coming up, thighs stay parallel. Go slow, take your time. If you're comfortable with a bigger stretch, you can roll your arms together. Clasp your hands together, hands stay down on the floor. They don't hold your butt up, they stay down here. Walk the feet in just a little bit. And then as you press the feet into the ground, allow the front body to lengthen and stretch. Right? Big stretch here. To get out of this, you're going to let go, unload the shoulders, and then slowly lower your back down to the ground. Give it a moment. Bring your knees into your chest. And then roll up. And as always, at the end of your core session, you're just going to take a moment to say gather your thoughts, check in and see how you're feeling, and then you're ready to go on with the rest of your day. Thank you for watching.